in every society, there is the right and wrong way to dress. That's where you start, right? There is such a thing as inappropriate dressing. That's where you start. There are some outfits you cannot wear to work, and you know you cannot wear to work because they are not appropriate for work. How do you know they're not appropriate for work? You see? So it's the same thing. You know, I cannot wear this to church. You know, for example, like what Fatson was saying, in the presence of God, brackets church. If you cannot wear that to church, why are you wearing that to the market, for example? Is another bar.
Because it's a different context.
You see? But then what makes it inappropriate for church, that makes it appropriort for, let's say, going to the market. Those are the kind of questions. Hold on. Those are the kind of questions you would have to ask.
Let me answer.
To determine
Let me answer.
whether that's okay or not.
I want to carry on. So, for example, I cannot wear jeans to work. It's not acceptable, right? It's not professional. It doesn't communicate a professional message, whatever. There's nothing inherently wrong with jeans. I could wear jeans to the market. Or heck, I could wear them to a restaurant. Let's say we're going out for a nice restaurant. I could put jeans on, right? But in a workplace, they say no jeans.
No jeans.
Yes.
But then does that mean if I wear them to a restaurant, I've dressed in modestly? Or let's say a girl, for example, we'll keep it simple. We'll come to that question later. But we'll keep it simple. A woman cannot wear jeans to a workplace, but let's say she wears them to a dinner. Is she dressed immodestly at the dinner? No, she's not. So to answer your question, then the reason I'm wearing to the market and not the church is because I feel it's okay for the market, but it's not okay for church.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I understand and respect that point. And I'm seeing that it's adding to what I'm saying, because whatever it is, there is still a bar that is being laid even before you look at let's say, for example, biblical rooted instructions, if they are there. Yeah. First and foremost is to look in the society itself. Yeah. And there, again, talking about women, there are a lot of clothing that are revealing in so many ways. Nowadays, it's okay for a woman to literally just cover the breast here and have the tiniest short there. They can go out. Yeah. Exposing pretty much every single thing. Side note, I'm intrigued. I've started going to the gym again. I'm so intrigued by women and their gym outfits. And I'm trying to understand. The difference between wearing a tight thing that is showing even the design of your behind, the front, everything, versus wearing a tracksuit. Like, are you gonna work out any better? Like, does it get in your way of working out? And I'm seeing
it looks better.
I'm thinking maybe if they are doing squats, the knee gets stuck in the jean in the tracksuit.
It looks better. Simply
you see.
So let me put your one to end. It looks better. It's as simple as that.
You see, so something like that. You know, these are.
It looks and feels better.
These are things that you can look in the society where you know that no, this is not okay. You know. So for example,
so you're saying gym wear is not Christian.
I'm saying a Christian believer, yeah. A Christian woman believer would not wear half of the things that society has told us it's okay to wear at the gym. I am saying that, yes. You see? Then the second or third or fourth thing, you can then go into the Bible, again, like what she said, yeah? Dressed as a prostitute, whatever. And then you bring it back to the society. You look at what the society is saying at that time, that prostitute dressed like. This is a measure for me that tells somebody, you know, a new believer, or how you can bring a child up, of things to stay away from. You see? And the basic and most rule, the easiest rule is, if you are covered, you are okay. That's the most basic rule you can give.
If you're covered, you're okay.
If you are covered, you are okay.
What if I'm going swimming?
These we can discuss, because I don't know how they were going swimming in the Bible. These we can discuss.
Well,
I used to know a girl, side note, one of my first loves at Cornerstone Church.
Your fourth or your fifth soulmate.
I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure what number she was. We went to church. We went to swimming. I don't know if it was as a church or if it was as friends, but there was a group of people. And she was the first girl that I ever saw who wore a proper shirt, like a t-shirt. It was a long t-shirt and the long biker shorts. Yeah. So the ones that were coming to the knees. And she went swimming in that way. And she had a great time. She swam. Everything was okay. Yeah. So if you ask me, what if you are going swimming? It's the same thing. We've got to ask ourselves, the swimming outfits that the society has told us, this is how we swim. Are they appropriate for believers? Are they okay? Question still remains the same.
That's to be fair, I think that's probably one of the profound statements that you've made. Because it is sometimes easy to be like, oh, well, but this is normal in society. I guess going back to what I was saying about, can a culture be against God? So you can be like, oh yeah, no, but of course at a beach you wear a bikini. Like that's if you go to a beach, it's a non-brainer. You wear a bikini. But then I guess what Pronik is saying, but then you have to ask yourself, is that appropriate? As a believer, should I be dressing like this? Which it's a fair question. I think it's a fair line of thinking. I think
would still be, when it comes to modesty, why is it a female-driven conversation?
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
What about men and modesty?
We can talk about men because men are doing the most. You think
going back to swimming and stuff, you go shirtless. Why is that acceptable?
We can question that as well because the society told us men can be shirtless.
Or men going, those budgie smugglers.
Huh? Oh,
okay. Okay. Well, so that was one of the questions as well, I guess, that I wanted to ask. So does modesty apply to men then?
Yes.
Explain.
You still have to, as a man, you still have to dress modestly. They say, well, what make so? Because if modesty doesn't apply to men, we're saying men can dress anyhow, and they're still modest. So we're saying a man can wear very short shorts, a very tight top that shows off all his muscles, that's cropped, and that's still modest because he's a man.
No.
Then what are we saying?
What we're saying is that the Bible doesn't talk about modesty in context of men. Therefore, you did reading about prostitutes.
No, I'm asking, does it not?
So
it didn't specifically look, but are we confident it doesn't?
No, not the word modesty. No. Now, that's not to say that there's no standards or principles that men have to abide by and live by, 100%. But I'm talking about modesty in the context of modesty. When you talk about modesty, it's talking about women don't braid your hair, or don't wear expensive clothes, or don't do your rings. Make sure your beauty is on the inside and not the outward beauty. Blah blah blah.
But then again,
and then it goes and for you men,
but then
talks about loving
that
your
verse, I feel
whatever.
Like you've misquoted.
I've paraphrased. You're gonna get it. In fact, let's actually get it. Let's actually read it. Can you get the verse?
The message you've portrayed, I don't think that's the message because the message
you're
saying, the way you've put it, it's don't braid your hair, don't wear jewelry, don't do this. I don't think that's the message the verse is trying to communicate.
Let's read what the verse is saying.
What's the verse?
Second Timothy.
Oh, that's good.
I think. Second Timothy 3, verse 3.
That's what I would guess as well.
2 Timothy 3, verse 3. No.
I'm not there.
I mean, there's several, but obviously there's like there's flagship ones.
3 verse 3. I'm gonna read from verse 1 for context.
No, check it's the right one first. No, First Peter 3 verse 3.
First Peter, okay.
Go First Peter 3.
This is a good verse.
For the conversation, or
Read
just
it.
in general.
Read
No,
it.
just in general. It's the perilous times one. Do you remember it?
Huh?
Perilous times. Men shall be lovers of themselves.
Right. Okay. Oh, is this the one we got wrong the first time?
The
Okay,
second
fine.
Timothy chapter 3. So what are you saying?
Ooh, are you still on that verse?
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah. Okay. This in the King James Version says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away."
The men's load is heavier than modesty.
All you have to
we
do
don't just get
is
modesty.
That's it. Look at this.
Are we saying this man is just replying with